Boy, that's a lovely sound, huh? It just... I mean, I could listen to it for at least another 10 minutes. Easily. It's good stuff. But I won't indulge in that right now. Instead, I'm going to do something a lot more fun. Bugs aside, hey Pluto. Bugs aside, that does read Bright Falls AWE, which means Bright Falls Altered World Event. Hey T.
I've written, rewritten. The darkness wants to hide the past and make me lose my way. I trust what I read on these pages. I wrote them for a reason. Cut through the reality, tear it apart, and rewrite it. They are drawn to the mystery.
Yeah, I don't know why that would do that. It definitely should be 1080p, but you know, YouTube's weird like that. I don't know.
I've written and rewritten, deconstructed, reconstructed, experimented with different voices, changed the style, changed myself, forgotten the language, relearned the language. Have I been here before? Gone down this path before? The darkness wants to hide the past to make me lose my way. You must know where you've been to know where you're going. I trust what I read on these pages. I wrote them for a reason. My notes to myself. The only way to make progress, recap, then write more. The style then. Lose the fat. Make it clear. Ugly. Functional. Present. Be blunt. Only the brutal truth. Cut through the reality, tear it apart, rewrite it. Be clever, make them do the work, form the image in their minds. They make it, you just imply. Incept. They're drawn to the mystery, obsessed. You set it up, they put it together. Their interpretation, and there's only one because you give them no choice. And they believe in it. Because it's theirs now.
I mean, even the Alan Wake portions of this game, even it shows how much better written this stuff is. Not to say their old stuff was bad, but like even the Alan Wake stuff is like, that's way more complex take on what he's doing than before. This is not the beginning of it, but this is the beginning of the Bright Falls. Basically, like, this is the sector where they've contained the event. You get used to it. Yeah, that's how those dispatches go. Or they call them hotlines, but when you're contacted by somebody on another plane, basically. Because she's just so present. I would say, just with what you know about Alan Wake, and knowing that she's just investigating strange things inside of that's enough for you to enjoy this, because this is all going to be fan service from here on in. I won't even spoil for you what they've already revealed is going to be here, because I know what I'm excited to see. This is where they've investigated whatever happened in Bright Falls.
Let's go take care of it.
And poor Jesse doesn't have a flashlight, so we have to do a lot of... I mean, look at that, the color grading already. Alan Wake all over the place. They really aren't. They for some of the puzzles that are light based, they basically have them burn out randomly, or just like, you know, kind of disappear. So they are willing to do that. The other piece of this that's interesting is that they so if you remember at the end of Alan Wake, everything kind of goes back to semi-normal, like obviously not for Alan, but the town kind of returns to a certain version of itself. And at that point, the Bureau of Control picked up Dr. Hartman, and his time here basically being investigated. In his time, the darkness basically turned him into a monster. And so that's who we've been dodging as we've been getting closer and closer to here, is what Hartman has become. Yeah. Dr. Hartman was the one who tried to convince Alan he was crazy at one point.
Thank you for meeting with us again, Dr. Hartman.
It's my pleasure, gentlemen. I hope the information I provided thus far has been of some small use.
It's been invaluable, Doctor. Really, we have a much clearer picture of this event, thanks to you.
Hey, Construct.
Well, I do consider myself a keen observer.
We did have one question, though. You mentioned in an earlier conversation that your patients displayed, and I'm paraphrasing here, unnatural abilities that you in fact encouraged during their time in your lodge. It'd be very helpful if you could fill us in on the details there.
Of course. Like yourselves, I work to understand and even bend the rules of our earthly paradigm. My patient's well-being was paramount, of course, but I would hardly be a man of science if I
think this will be it. I think
this
is the end.
As I stated in my written proposal, I believe working alongside your organization could be greatly beneficial to both parties. Sharing notes, as they say.
Thank you, Doctor. That's all we need to hear. Remy?
Dr. Emil Hartman, you have been found in breach of codes 4, 8, and 74.
Definitely not getting into Alan Wake tomorrow.
What? You can't do this?
As tempting as it is.
Well-connected man. You're making a dire mistake, my friend.
You will be detained until further notice, and all personal property will be confiscated, including the Cauldron Lake Lodge.
That's preposterous. You can't just seize my property. I'm a United States citizen. I have rights. That lodge is my life's work.
Probably a breather.
Years of research.
Get him out of here.
You're making a mistake. You have
Like-
to listen to me.
Like I'm rearranging like the miniature painting stream from tonight. I'll probably do that this weekend instead, for instance. The best.
I've forgotten again. I had a plan. I know it. I've forgotten.
I feel like this is such a preview of Alan Wake 2. Yeah, I could do a simple game. That's true.
He's coming. I've got to get out of here. Dive deep.
Whatever is going on with Wake, he clearly needs some help.
Which is a lot coming from Jessie. She hasn't exactly had an easy time of it. Hey, Negan. What a very control way of dealing with definitely one of the neater ideas in this game. Oh, look, a key now.
Going mad. Wake had to escape, right? His escape. Wake needed a hero. A hero needed a crisis. For the part in the story about the government agency, Wake needed something
Oh, see, this
special,
is
something
interesting.
to convey an alien force mimicking human intelligence.
See, I was wondering, like, in order, like, how much influence would he have had to exert to put himself in here?
The story needed many beginnings, many springs, streams that turned into a river, a flood, and then an ocean. This was one. Wake used the materials he had, the connections he had, the people, the places. Wake put them in to make it true. His wife, the psychiatrist, his city. These connections, like magnets, move things. Alice was a conduit. She'd been in the dark place. The thing that had been Hartman sensed her near, sensed Wake through her. Went berserk, broke loose. Wake made sure Alice was already gone by then. Safe. The more springs, the more the story became real. The more people believed. Cause and effect. It was extremely delicate and hard work. It had to go through the path of least resistance where success was most likely. Where there was a connection already. Wake felt the pressure grow in his head. Going mad. Wake had to escape. Right. His escape. He was already out. He wanted to make it true. Wake needed a hero. A hero needed a crisis. For the part in the story about the government agency, Wake needed something special, something to convey an alien force mimicking human intelligence. Something that can't be translated. Translated. Wake channeled Burroughs and Bowie. He cut up sentences and words. Orange peel. You are home. Insane. He put them in a shoebox. He pulled out the words. Wake created a Dadaist poem. He'd try anything once.
Wow.
Or had he tried this before?
So, orange peel. I think those were things the Hiss said, or at least that was it what Dylan said? I'd have to look it up. I don't remember. But him being involved in influencing any of Control is fascinating.
Another replica. Like the one they made for Ordinary. I wonder what happened here.
Interview subject Alice Wake. After reaching out to the Bureau, Alice Wake was brought into the oldest house for an interview on Bonk, 2017. See the Bonk for the full transcript. The interview, conducted by Agent Shaw and Dempsey, revealed that Mrs. Wake has had recurring nightly visitations from her missing ex-husband in her New York apartment, address Bonk. Mr. Wake appears out of nowhere and rushes at her down the corridor. According to her impression, he appears crazy and horrifying, clearly coming at her with violent intent. Mrs. Wake believes that he is haunting her, insisting he is not Alan, but a fucking monster in his body. Mrs. Wake has not been sleeping out of fear of these visits. Her attempts to keep the lights on through the night result in the relevant hallway's light bulb breaking every night, possibly indicating involvement of the bonk. Further investigation required. We propose installing monitoring equipment in the apartment. Copies of supply request form L5014 have been sent to Mr. Kirkland in administration for approval. Well, I wouldn't want to do the writing of the game disservice by not reading it. That'd be kind of silly.
This is Director Faden. Send a ranger to my position.
Just send a ranger to this impossible. Yeah, okay. The Hiss are in for it.
These are the notes of Dr. Emil Hartman. I am continuing my work alone again since certain parties were too blind to recognize a golden opportunity. Despite my generous offers, the conversations came to naught. Some people simply do not value collaboration as I do. So I believe now that it was for the best. The sort of old pioneering work that I am undertaking cannot thrive under the shackles of bureaucracy and regulation. I have a history of seeking such partnerships. There was a time when I hoped Alan Wake and I could collaborate. Together we could produce art such that the world has never seen. Wake is stubborn, egotistic. Writers we are. Disappointing nonetheless. Now, like Tom before him, Wake has disappeared in Cauldron Lake. Now, this is where my work turns. Since he was lost to the lake, Thomas Zane has been observed by various townspeople. This indicates to me that the individuals within the lake are not entirely gone.
That's Hartman over there as a monster. Hey, Fire.
His raw talent and determination are undeniable. From this, I have concluded that the lake and the dark lakes within it are not as removed from this world as I previously thought. Given my acute awareness of what awaits within, my meticulous preparations, and my considerable education, I believe myself much more prepared than either Tom or Wake. I should be able to cross into that dark realm, a chance to return as they...
That's a good idea, Hartman. Definitely do
All
that.
that remains is to die in sight. It frightens me, I admit, but such is the burden of the beast. I will take my plunge into the dark tomorrow, with only the light of knowledge to guide me. It's time for a break. Until I
Oh, Dr. Emil. You've been better. Finally. Bright Falls AWE 10. Altered World Event. Event summary. An unconfirmed threshold manifestation occurred at Cauldron Lake, Washington. The citizens of Bright Falls had gathered in the town's southwestern fields for the annual festival known as Deerfest. Eyewitnesses all claimed that the day had been sunny, confirmed by reviews of the area's weather reports, but then, with no warning, a thunderstorm appeared in the direction of the Anderson farm and a tornado rose from Cauldron Lake. The torrential rain that followed caused a flash flood. It was as if the day had turned to night, testimony from Bonk. Frank Breaker, the sheriff of Bright Falls, formerly a bureau agent, see employee file Bonk, managed to guide the crowd to safety as the festival grounds were destroyed by the flood. The festival was canceled, ending one day early. Lack of official bureau presence on the scene makes this event difficult to report as a confirmed AWE, though the similarity to other known events in the Bright Falls area lend credence to the accounts of the townspeople. A marching band competition? That sounds not my cup of tea. Ashley loves those, though. Hey, Jesse. So this was 76. So this would have been the Odin brothers. The gods of Asgard or whatever, their band. That's when they triggered that. Deployed Ranger, not so smart in the dark. Let's see.
Baby, yeah.
Can't do anything to him in the dark. Hey, I have a flashlight. Really? I can't take it out? I'm stupid. Can't go up there. Ow.
Let's do this.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't have any of my ability in the dark. I like Wake's comments. Okay. That's not it. Oh, that was close. What's up, Mel? Wait, what did I say?
Director Faden here. Dispatch a ranger to this location.
Yeah, my bad. I've got some stuff to read. That's exciting. Thought I dodged that one pretty well, but I just can't. Should they be changed? I was doing very well. I think honestly the fight's gone really well. It's sometimes you get hit.
Director Faden here. Dispatch a ranger to this location.
That seems totally fair. Thanks, Jesse. I never know if you mean it, but I'll just pretend you do.
Push them back!
was close. That would have hurt. Shut up, Euro Alert. I don't care. Wait, why aren't I regaining? Apparently that light over there doesn't count. What the hell? Ah, come on. brutal. Where is the thing? Ugh. Okay. Yeah, well, I need to regain health too.
Hartman won't be a problem anymore, Langston. But investigations need someone to run it. Interested?
I've seen what happens to sector heads, ma'am. No, thank you.
Good call, Langston.
Ma'am, I'm getting something on my terminal here, an AWE alert from Bright Falls, Washington. But it might be a glitch. The date's all wrong, a couple of years in the future. And we're in lockdown. There shouldn't be any incoming signals.
Maybe it was active before we went into lockdown? Are there agents on site?
Let me check. Agent Estevez is the field agent in charge of monitoring the site, so she should be there to let us know if the situation has been through any major changes recently.
Things set in motion. If the alarm's true, then so is the reason for the alarm. The effect must follow the cause. It's happening again. A return. You have been warned.
Sweet. Wait, you got a problem with Jesse's outfit? Where is that coming from? How's it going? You.
This must be where they studied Hartman. Kinda looks like Dylan's cell. I wonder if they treated him as badly.
snipers moving like that. Oh, come on. That's just insulting. Jessie didn't start out in the golden suit. She evolved into it after beating the base game. We good? I just want to look around and read my documents. Is anybody gonna... I think we're good. Admission of evidence ID 12231C. A photograph of Alan Wake captured by Alice Wake during an event in her home. Alice Wake, former wife of Alan Wake, see AWE 35 for details, has recently been visited at night by her ex-husband or entity resembling him, see file bonk for more. Being a professional photographer, Mrs. Wake positioned cameras with motion sensors around the corridor he appears in and managed to capture an image of Mr. Wake on film. During an interview with Mrs. Wake, she mentioned that her favorite camera, a bonk model, was lost in 2010 during AWE 35. No match has been found among the confiscated evidence from AWE 35. It has been filed as a potential altered item, and research staff stationed at Bright Falls are being contacted to check if they have any knowledge of such an item. That would be neat. Yeah, she caught a photo of him. See a T. Evidence ID 12231C, photographed by Alan Wake, provided by Alice Wake. I mean, that is pretty horrifying. Let's see. So this is... Oh, come on, guys. I'm just trying to look around. What are we all doing here? Yeah, that's true. They did wait. I guess that counts. I was just trying to get a sense of like, okay, so this is the pier. They just kind of put together the one of the piers at Bright Falls. Nice. On the day of the flooding, the rock band Old Gods of Asgard was rehearsing in a field outside the Anderson farm, the homestead of band members Odin and Tor Anderson, both admitted to being in a heavy state of inebriation at the time, having spent days drinking their homebrewed moonshine while celebrating Deerfest. After the townspeople were evacuated from the flooded field, Sheriff Breaker was asked by Freya Anderson, daughter of Tor Anderson, to check on her father and uncle. Breaker drove to the Anderson farm and found the band members alive but in need of medical aid. Tor Anderson had been struck by lightning, and Odin Anderson had cut out his own right eye, a possible reference to Norse deities Bonk and Bonk. They claimed they had fought and valiantly defeated a dark army of the Scratching Hag rising from Cauldron Lake. See AWE Bonk of 1970, related to the suspected Bonk at Diver's Isle. While impossible to verify, these events are related to the current AWE at Bright Falls, or the recurring AWE at Bright Falls and the Cauldron Lake Bonk. Odin and Tor Anderson have been listed as persons of interest. So what I think is so cool about what the Alan Wake inclusion shows here is that it's kind of like the backwards kind of creation logic that he can operate under, because what he said there at the end paired with like, hey, we have this signal of an AWE occurring, but it's dated 2 years from now. And Wake is like, if he makes, which he did, he's like, if I make the alarm, then that means that what caused the alarm has to be true. So he's able to make an alarm that's actually set in the future, but something had to trigger it. Therefore, he's sort of, it's like a way of writing himself in, which I think is super interesting. The scientist turns from what used to be his director. This is the Night Springs screenplay, page 4. The scientist turns from what used to be his director, now transformed into a stranger, an alien that only resembles the director in form. He drops his all-important clipboard as he stumbles toward the closing portal, but the horrible entity is already rushing through it in a flow of insanity and chaos. The scientist becomes caught in it, and the entity devours him, screaming as it enters our world. The director lifts his pistol to his head. His hand is steady, sure in its finality. Director, or so I thought. Camera fades to black. A gunshot is heard. Narrator voiceover. And so, our hunger for control, our obsession for domination and power, the hubris at play in this children's puppet show we're starring in can only lead to our fall from control, to submit to those who really hold the strings and control us in Night Springs. Cool stuff. Now, there were a couple of things in here. I'm not sure, do I care about service ducts, Eagle Limited, and utility corridor? Let's see. Eliminate the darkness in the service. I'm not sure I really care about these. I mean, I do, but I'm more curious about this one, which is Investigations, the Operations Center. Let's go to the Operations Center. Well, I'm not reading them in that way, right? That would take a lot more time. No. Why is it behaving like that? Right there, that's fine. Just got to get closer. Let's find a photocopier. I need to chainmail forward something. Hey, look at that.
This certainly feels familiar.
Let's make some copies. mail 3 copies. Like in here mail? Like wherever they have their I mean, I'm not sure that the inner office mail is quite good enough, but I mean, I guess we can try. Investigations, utility, abandon, and observation deck. Okay, all right. Utility, abandon, and observation. Utility, abandon, observation. What's an aglet, Jesse? Just looking to mail. Here we go.
That's 1 cent.
Utility. Oh. Yeah, now I know. Observation deck, which should be lower access. That does sound like what it would be called, huh? Yeah, makes sense. Back this way. Okay, the observation deck. I'm here to mail something.
2 down, 1 to go.
The utility corridor. Oh, there's so few. I guess there's that one. Oh yeah, they're big fans of it here. Wish I could just click on them. What the damn thing is called on the map? Get up there. Just looking for a place to mail a letter. In the dark.
And that's 3. That should take care of any bad karma or whatever. But how did that first letter get here? I wonder if I could track it to the source.
How the heck would you do that, Jesse? Return to the shifted offices. Okay. AWE loading.
I guess I should just follow the tube.
Oh, I like that idea. So
you're the one sending out spam mail. And that takes care of that. No more superstitious blackmail.
just cleaning up everything. Another fine mess. Yeah, where was this one? Good. Active investigations. Okay. Let's go take a look at active. Active. Oh. Wait. Bright Falls AW entrance. Nope. They don't let you jump in the elevators. They disable jumping. I wonder what happens if they let you jump. Ah, that's the hint. That's the hint, isn't it? That I can go down there. Because... or no. Never mind. different place with all this light in here now. Can actually get a sense of the space.
Brian Hennerman, 21 years old, resident of Southern Texas.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but I really don't.
Oh, there's some crazy bathrooms in this game, Jesse. One of them's an astral plane bathroom.
Tell me about Delivery Disaster.
The movie? I mean, it wasn't very good.
That's not what your review said, but we'll come back to that. Tell me where you got the movie from.
Movie night with a,
Okay, this room is really intimidating and all.
Note, this screenplay was found after the Bureau acquired the Night Springs television series and all its past episode scripts. It appears to be written by Alan Wake as part of an application to become one of the show's writers. Not Alan's best work. Spec script episode Over the Threshold Darkly. It is only human nature to wish to control the forces around us, and even more so to possess them. But what happens when those forces are not ours to claim, or even of this world? What if they are things you can discover in Night Springs? Interior Secret Lab, Night. We are in a secret lab. The large sign on the wall reads, The Federal Bureau of Night Springs. Scientist. I've told you several times, Director. It isn't ready. Director. It's ready when I say it's ready, Doctor. Scientist. But the being beyond the portal, we have no control over it. Who splits up pages of a screenplay into multiple locations? Honestly. It's like they're putting out collectibles for a video game in here. Hey, I hear something. Hello. I know, Jesse, right? Now you see what I mean. Should we play Shum? Oh. Survive against a horde. I thought it would look like the video game. Ouch. Oh, I like the video game ending. That definitely counts as a death. All right. 1 cent equals 1 heart. You're telling me. It starts out so strong. Let's try the other one. See what deadline is. Eliminate 50 enemies without letting the timer run out. Each killed. Lame. Hello. Okay. At least I didn't die. All right, Shum. Might be the most disappointing thing in this game. Let's see here then. Those are fine. Containment I don't care about. Another fine mess, another fine mess. AWE. Oh. Yeah, we can do this. Abandoned offices, operations. Simplest way. Let's see. Loading bay. Hey, I found page 3. The director steps closer to the horrible entity. He reaches out with a steady hand. Director, you are mine now, creature. I will return you to my facility and control your power. Scientist, sir, we don't know. The entity instead rushes forward and engulfs the director. He screams in pain as the scientist looks on and does nothing, like a coward that he is. Entity subtitled, I am not the one being examined. I am not the one locked inside a prison. Gradually, the director emerges from the entity. His once sparkling eyes are now empty and dull. The scientist rushes to him. Scientist. Yes, sir. Sir, we have to escape. Director, we cannot. They are in control now. I got what I wanted. AWE loading bay. Nourish the plants in the loading bay. This is the janitor's request. Are there plants here? Nourish the plants. I honestly don't remember seeing any. Nourish what plants? Ah, here's...
There you go. Doesn't that feel better?
That's nice. That's just nice to do. You know, we don't have to do that. But it makes a difference.
Welcome back to the land of the living, little buddy.
That's right. Maybe... else would they stash a plant? Oh, oh. Look how easily you just like totally walk by it. So I figured out I was kind of like taking notes today of different ideas, and I think I know how I want to try turning some of the R&D&D videos into videos rather than just streams. Operations corridor. Mel, you started a brush fire yesterday? Holy cow. Like, how big? I guess brush fire tells me everything I need, huh? Operations center. We're in the corridor. Does that count? No. It does help that it comes from, like, probably the best character in the game. The abandoned offices. I'm actually kind of there already. But I'll warp. Why not warp? Yeah, it's funny when coming up with ideas for videos. So much of it amounts to like starting with a title. And it's a really tricky thing because I feel like the concept of what I'm trying to do playing these games is a little bit dense. But at least sorry, hold on, tedious. Just in here trying to find plants, guys. My God. Tutorial on making a D&D character? Yeah, maybe someday. I don't know. I feel like there's so many smart people that have made so many good takes on stuff like that. It's not that I couldn't and sort of add my own take. I'm sure there'd be unique stuff, but when I think about what to make, I find myself starting from a position of like, what's nobody else doing? That makes something a lot more interesting. Hey, plant. Well, if you want to do... If I wanted to... you think if I streamed and tried to stream what, quote-unquote, everybody else is streaming, you think that would be good for me? I don't think so. I don't think that would work. Just looking for 2 plants. Just a couple of plants. Where might they be? I bet one of them's hidden in here. I've learned that Jesse can Kool-Aid Man through. I guess she can almost Kool-Aid Man through. I was right. Where did my flashlight go? Don't worry, plant. All of Twitch, 19 people are watching Control. Yeah, but you guys aren't watching Control. Like, some people might be, but that's not really a fair representation of what is going on the stream. You guys didn't go out there and say, let me find somebody streaming Control. But what do I know? Now I'm trying to guess why people watch streams and whatever. I don't know. Hello, final plant.
Here's some sunshine to brighten your day. It's artificial, though. How does that work? And that's the last one. I should appoint someone to take care of these guys. Supervisor of Houseplant Well-Being.
Okay. Hey, we're at the, like, I'm checking off, like, the final... Hey, shut up, Jesse. Don't you have, like, a war to, like, send people different places or something? What do generals do? A map to look at? Don't you have a map to look at? With a bunch of pins in it. Eagle and service ducks. There were actually some really solid quests spread throughout. Not exactly these, but that's okay. Eagle. kind of wish these were all in alphabetical order. Oh no. I'm afraid to ask what you were trying to say then. Don't worry. You may have been censored by YouTube, but I can feel what's in your heart. So we're gonna burn out. To burn out the darkness, we're gonna need light. Going to need a flashlight.
That looks like an old CZ-10 Vista Dome. Dylan used to have a book on trains I'd read with him. I wrote a few like this later. Usually without a ticket.
Ugh. Okay. Darkness hunting. Yeah, when all else fails, just send through a word at a time, right? That'll work. Just sucks when the space is so huge. So many places it could hide. Lost my light. Come on. Just a matter of balance. Service ducts. I've got service vents. No, service ducts right there. Are you guys fighting about lights? No, no. Damn it. Can I even get out of here? No, that's not the way either. Well, there you go. Sort of. Not exactly, but this is where this is where he asked for a head. I need a flashlight. Has to be one around here. I see those like shrill lights and I get excited, but okay. Well, then come back for you. Back for you. Oh no, we're getting ban hammers thrown. That's so sad. You guys had sessions together. You probably have enjoyed a level or
That should
two.
make him happy.
You're welcome.
Aw, Toddies. A crazy person works hard and a wise person gets away with less. Happy vacation to me from Adi. That's the janitor. Greetings from Watery, Washington. I don't think. All right. Look at that. Ugh, I only have to complete one of those. What was it again? Investigations. Oh, I can just go straight to arcade mode now? Well, that sort of helps, doesn't it? So many bannings. I mean, I let all of you freaks that like soup hang out around here. Sorry. You freaks that like soup for specifically lunch. All encompassing. Shoot, where was it? Sealed fire break. It was here, I think. No. Where the hell was it? Transit. Active Operations Center. How do I know? How do I not know where? Investigations / arcade mode. doesn't help game. Entrance. So the abandoned offices, no. Could it have been Eagle Limit? I don't think so. Wasn't there? Ooh, I think it was the loading bay. Nope. Observational deck. I'm almost positive. Not really. Observational deck. Lower access. What was an observation deck. Operations center. It's operations. Not operations core. No. Wait, no, that's his music. Active investigations. Okay. I wish this music would keep playing. Or any sort of interesting music. dudes. Wonder what they consider a horde. I mean, damn. guess it's just the one I've powered up the most, and I'm used to it. Hate that. Where is she at? It's the bane of my playthroughs, is this awful disappearing witch. Hey, what's that? I really wish it like ticked up like sequentially rather than in these big jumps. So, is there not a recovery thing? It is. Those orbs, as long as they're here, like they all recover health. Oh, come on. That's a cool strategy. I've never found with that guy before. To hit him, like, basically no-scoping him. Rather than using the lock-on, which seems to give him... he's just gonna take me out of pocket, and I will be screwed by somebody else with, like, a stupid pistol or something. Is this really... Hey game, is this enough? How many more? How many more? 2 more batches? 3 more batches? Just spawn already. Spawn. It's hard for me to survive a horde if the horde ain't here. I need to tally up. Excuse me, game. Am I missing something? Oh, it's a witch, isn't it? No? You. Holding everything up. Oh wait, he's got a name. Hey, look at that. Oh. Thanks, Shun.
Games are so realistic these days.
So realistic, it's ridiculous. So crazy realistic. All right. I am going to go refresh. Shun 2 is an altered item. Oh, it also allows me to go back to the ashtray mix. Crowd control challenge. Okay. You guys enjoy the music. I'll be back in 2 minutes.